Hello dear students, I am Yogesh Kumar Deshmukh, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Department of Bharati College of Engineering Technology, Durg. Today in robotics, we are going to learn about the introduction of robotics, how the robotics came into existence, and what are the generations they had been going to develop year by year. Okay, so robot came into existence in 19th century with having the first generation robot. These robots are only pick and place robot. Pick and place robot. Okay, they are only pick and place robot. They came into existence in 1960s. In 1960s, first robots were made which only do the work of pick and place, picking equipment from one place and placing that to another place. That's the work of robot of the first generation robot. Now, again, after development, second generation robots came into existence. Second generation robot. What it does? It is added with some sensing device. It is added with some sensing device. Okay. What type of sensors? Vision sensors, touch sensors, or obstacle sensor, vision sensors, or like that. A camera is placed over an object and it will focus on the workplace where the work is going to be held. Where the object is exactly placed, that camera look out the position, and then sensor, after that the pick and place robot will move that object. Okay, or some other work will be done. This came into existence in 1980s. Then a third generation robot came into existence. What it have? It's supposed to have a human-like gesture. It's supposed to have human-like intelligence. It's supposed to have human-like intelligence, like it after sensing, it commands to the computer, and then computer will act how this object will be worked. If the robot has to work a welding, then the sensing element will take that the two objects had come into place, that there is a minimum gap so that weld must done. Okay, it will take the picture or sense the gap, send it to the computer back, the computer memory will scan it, and then after calculating it, the gap is sent command to the robot that now you can start the welding process. That type of human-like intelligence will generated by in third generation robot. It came into existence in 1990s. And now the fourth generation, which is now nowadays working on fourth generation. It is a humanoid robot. Humanoid robot. What it does? What is different in humanoid robot? It look like a human, so work like a human being, having a 6 degree or 4 degree or 5 degree of freedom in this movement arms. Okay, look like a human being. He can think, he can resolve the problem. He can also solve the situations, tackle over there. If any situation arises that that a human being has to face, that same thing is faced by the robot. Okay. Understanding by the graph. If we plot a graph, here the generation of robot, and years in which they all get generated. 1960 we started, 1970, 1980, 1990, 2000 and 2010, and it goes on. Then the first generation came into existence in 1960. First generation, and still it's in use. As per the requirement. Okay. In 1980s, the second generation came into existence. In 1990s, the third generation, and in 2000, it's fourth generation. And still development is going on. Fourth generation. Then the still development is going on with year by year. Okay. This is the introduction of robot generation year by year. In first stage, second stage, third and fourth, final stage. Nowadays, the robot is just look like a human being. There are such robots made that look like a human being, or even we have made a robot like an animal, some of the animals, cloning them. Okay. Now, we will learn about robot anatomy. What are the robot terms and what is the robot language? Now, we will learn about robot anatomy. Robot anatomy. As what is human? If we think about what is anatomy about robot, just we think about our human body. What we have bones-like structure, which have different degree of freedoms. Okay, and this is our end effectors. Okay, by this we do our work with hand. This is the end portion by which we have some work. We do some different works. Pick, place, throws, write. This is the end effector. And where is the computer programming? This is the computer programming. Brain, human brain is the computer programming of that robot. Okay, and other end effectors are our legs, so that we can walk, we can play, we can run, we can climb. These are the robot in human anatomy. Okay, we have bones, arms. Okay, these are arms, these are joints, and this is the computer of our brain. This brain is our computer. Okay, in terms of robot. Hence, robot is also having some anatomy. Like he has some base, he has some joints, he has some arms, he has some end effector way from which he can do some work. Okay, he has manipulators so that he can manipulate. Simply, if we draw a diagram of a simple robot placed over a fixed plane. Okay. This is the portion here. and this is the workpiece. Okay, now this is base, it can move and this in this direction. Okay, these are arms and this is joints. This is end effector, and this is workpiece. It's look like a simple robot in which it has base, arms, this portion can twist, this portion can rotate, and the jobs can move also in different directions. It will have manipulator, it will have automatic guide ways. Okay, this portion is fixed. This portion, these arms will swing like x and y direction. Okay, this is also an arm, this will move like that, and this job will rotate like that. If it will hold, this is the end effector, it has to hold the workpiece. Okay, these are the robot anatomy which a robot have in different portions and different places. Okay, then what is links? What is links? These are arms, or these are also called links. The links are those things which acts or joins the two arms. Okay, the links are those the links are those which joins robot arms. Okay, which join robot arms. This is link 1 and this is link 2. Okay, this is link 1 and link 2. If we will have to know the degree of freedom or how many degree of freedom it is restricted, then we must first know the how many number of links it have. Simply, if this is the links having end A and B, and this is C and D. Then this is link 1 and this is link 2. If it will join, if this link may got connected like this is A and this is B and this is C and this is D. This is called joint, where the link got attached, and two different segments is called link of a robot. Okay, then we will learn about, now we have learned about robot anatomy, where we have learned about arms, links, joints, what is links and what is joint. Now we will learn about joint and joint notation. What is joint and joint notation? What is joint and joint notation? There are two types of joint, revolute and prismatic. It is noted by capital R, and prismatic. It is denoted by P. Revolute joint. The two joints, when the two links are joined, two links are joined to form an arm by a pin, then about axis, pin about the axis, about an axis, through which the link can rotate with respect to another with an axis. Okay, this is called revolute joint. If the two arms, two links get connected with an axis, and if it is about to free to move or rotate, then it is called revolute joint. If that joint, what is prismatic joint then? If two links are so attached, if two links are so attached that they can slide over each other, then it is prismatic link. Okay, if that link slides over another, then it is called prismatic link. Let's see how the revolute joint and prismatic joint looks when the arms are joined. Okay. First condition, if here it is two arms are joined, okay, and it moves like this, then it is a revolute joint and denoted by capital R. If there is an arm this joint. In this joint, this arm will slide over it. Then it is prismatic joint and denoted by P, capital P. If another diagram, let's see. This is another arm, and we have this arm. And it will rotate. Then it is rotary joint. Okay, one is rotating, another is fixed. It's the line diagram, it will look like this. Okay, then twist. If two arms are like that, and this is another arm, then this is twist. They are twisting through and fro. Okay, this is the twist. These are different types of joints and their symbols. How this we can identify the type of joint, it is prismatic or rotating. Okay, now we will draw the symbols like that. This symbol is this and its symbol is like that, prismatic, and rotatory symbol, it is like that, and twist, this is twist. All the symbols are like that. Thank you.